Welcome back to the Footprints Conversations series, where we explore and apply biblical leadership principles at our workplace as believers whose positions and businesses are sacred calling and ministry. A boss you really respected accused you falsely. Not only did you lose your job because of this false accusation, but you also ended up in prison serving terms for a crime you didn't commit. Fast forward some years later. You are now the boss of that former boss who accused you falsely. How should you deal with this former boss who is now under your authority? Revenge. According to VP Joe, you should thank the former boss rather than to revenge. Let's welcome VP Joe again to the Footprints Conversations to tell us why.
I hope your audience can step outside their usual realm of human views and tune in to the Almighty within them. Without that, what I am going to say may sound irrational and senseless to them, and they may not capture the insights I am about to give.
Great. Now let's move from the experience with your brothers to the experience that would break most people. You served faithfully in Potiphar's house, yet his wife falsely accused you, and you were imprisoned. In today's workplace, this would be equivalent to a fabricated HR complaint or a malicious sexual harassment report that made you serve jail terms. How did you process that injustice?
It was devastating. I had given my best, acted with integrity, and respected boundaries. Yet I was punished for doing the right thing. In prison, I wrestled with anger and the desire to defend myself. But I realized something important. If I let bitterness guide me, I would lose myself long before I lost my position.
When you eventually rose to power as the vice president to Pharaoh, you had the authority to retaliate. You could have punished Potiphar and his wife for that false accusations and imprisonment. What stopped you?
Revenge may feel like justice, but it is really a second injury. This time as a self-inflicted injury. I understood that my rise to power was not for payback, but for purpose. If I used my influence to settle personal scores, I would become the very thing that wounded me. Power must never be used for personal retaliation. Leaders who weaponize authority for revenge become as the very people who hurt them. As I said before, you should rise above the base, human, animal identity. Rise to a higher level of living. I would have told Mr. and Mrs. Potiphar the same thing I told my brothers in Genesis 50 verse 20. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good.
So, was that the conviction that stopped you from paying them back when you had authority?
You will understand the mystery behind that conviction when you tune in to the Almighty in you. That verse is about reframing. To see things as your Lord sees them. It's choosing to interpret adversity through an opportunity lens rather than a revenge lens. I should rather thank my brothers for the opportunity they gave me to be shaped and prepared for leadership in Egypt. They were part of my coming to Egypt. I should thank Mr. and Mrs. Potiphar for the prison that taught me several guideposts for life, and that gave me the track record for problem solving and also brought me to Pharaoh. I should thank the butler for forgetting about me and his promises until the Lord's own timing when it mattered most. Someday, you will thank someone who maliciously hurt you, like I did.
Amazing. Audience, what VP Joe is telling us is exactly what HR leaders call cognitive reframing. The ability to reinterpret negative events in a constructive way. So, you need to see your boss or colleague's hostility at the workplace as an opportunity to strengthen your professionalism. View the unfair and harsh treatments as opportunities for the Lord to shape you for leadership and for you to develop resilience and humility. Recognize that those setbacks can redirect you toward roles that better fit your purpose. As VP Joe said, if you tune in to the Almighty within you, nothing can shake you. Let's give it up to VP Joe. If this Footprints conversation has been a blessing to you, pass it on to be a blessing to others. Are you a believer committed to fulfilling your calling at your workplace and marketplace? We have several resources to help you do that. Just subscribe at the YouTube channel to receive new resources we create every week.